because we are going to look at mechanics react to horrible DIY car hacks. Hey, Albert. No. No taking the free charging cable, gamer. I don't want your data stolen. Well, I don't know if this would pain Eki. It might. Some of these car hacks could be very painful. So, let's find out.
The internet is full of car hacks. But are these hacks actually any good?
Well, we're about to show some real mechanics, a bunch of car hacks from the internet.
To decide if they're legitimate
Or horrible advice.
That's real mechanic stuff. All right, first clip.
The fuck?
Oh, okay. So this is an anti-cat theft setup we got going on here.
What?
They got steel cable, they got razor wire, they got chain, and I think I see a few zip ties.
That's badass. It takes only like 3 minutes to take it off because you just cut it and those 2 bolts and that bad boy is gone. Imagine that comes off on the freeway. Oh!
What is the purpose of this? What do you... I'm sorry, what is the purpose? Oh, they're talking about catalytic converter. Okay. It took me, it didn't click. It did not click for me when he said that when talking about the stealing the cat. For some reason, my brain did not click to catalytic converter. Okay. But again, if it's being held up, like it's got razor wire, like if they got bolt cutters, it's gone.
That's badass. It takes only like 3 minutes to take it off because you just cut it and those 2 bolts.
Yeah, that's kind of where my brain went too.
Imagine that comes off on the freeway.
Oh, you're setting a trap for that hot pursuit that just drove by us.
Yeah.
So what is in a catalytic converter that makes people want to
This
steal
wouldn't
them so
stop
dang bad?
Amo Koivunen, I think.
Leo, who is Amo Koiven? I've never heard that person's name in my life. I have no idea. Oh, the pronunciation of the TTS threw me off, I think. Okay, yeah, that one thing. Yeah, that pronunciation the pronunciation threw me. I don't know. It might even stop him. Oh yeah, Bigglesworth. I remember. We watched it. I just the TTS's pronunciation threw me for a loop. It's this might even stop him because if he's grabbing onto razor wire, that's even ODing on meth. He's still gonna be like, okay, this hurt. Even hallucinating on an OD of meth, he's still like gonna be hurting his hands. It might stop him, maybe. Possibly. I don't know.
It has to be the platinum in there.
There's 3 rare earth metals, right? There's platinum, there's palladium, and rhodium.
Platinum's just what everyone refers to the most.
All these junkyards were paying top dollar. They're paying like maybe $1,000 to $1,500 per cat. The weight on the catalytic converters right now, 6 months to a year.
So do you think it would be
Wow.
defeatable?
Yeah, definitely. Might take a little longer.
Yeah.
But you can get through that.
Like, so you see where the barbed wire is at,
Couple
like this?
bolt cutters.
So if you cut this side and you just take all those 2 bolts, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time jimming it out, but still kind of like doable.
So what do you think? Legitimate hack or totally whack?
I would say that's totally whack.
I'll go whack. It's whack.
Tip.
When you're wrenching on a car, you often need to lift it off the ground for ease of access.
This internet car hacker
Okay.
came up with a homebrew solution to streamline that exact process.
He's making something.
Got a little bit of fabrication.
Welding a
Oh, that's
scissor
nice.
jack
It's
to the
cute.
car?
Cute.
That's cute. That's cute.
First off, this is a 350Z, looks like a drift car.
It looks like he took the factory spare tire jack that comes in the car. He's attaching it to the rear. He's gonna use a drill to.
Yeah,
It's gonna
exactly.
be a manual jack.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense a little bit. That they do have like hydro.
My concern is where he. My concern is with these manual jacks. Especially, he's in a drifter car. that thing's got a lot of horsepower and it vibrates because of the horsepower. My concern is what if the vibrations cause this to rotate and lower the jack down while it's driving. He welded the top part to the frame. I'm talking about what if the vibrations of the car cause the nut here that you turn to scissor and unscissor the jack? What if the vibrations cause this to turn? You could, Zab. It doesn't look like he's got that set up, though. That's the problem. It does not look like at least from this angle, it doesn't look like he's got anything like that set up. So that would be my concern, is that the vibrations could cause this to lower while you're driving, if this has no secure lock on it. Plus, you had to drill a freaking hole through your body panel here, which...
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense a little bit, but they do have like hydraulic jacks that you could build into your chassis where it lifts it up pretty fast. They use that for
Really?
racing cars,
But that
yeah.
sounds expensive.
You're right
But,
about that.
yeah.
It's pricey.
Okay.
This is a great hack for somebody who needs to lift a certain car a bunch of times.
I think long term, maybe something might break and you might have to re-weld something, but like
Yeah.
I said, it's a pretty good idea for
Right.
his situation.
Longevity, yeah, but the idea is it's all right.
It's there.
So what do we think? Is this a legitimate hack or totally whack?
I would give him a legitimate hack on this.
Yeah, same.
I'll go with a hack.
You
Okay.
probably have a bunch of buckets in your shop or garage. You probably have 2 buckets that decide.
Llama, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. My dad's actually doing a DIY fiberglass body kit for the Corvettes. The other one is a kit install. He's making it interesting, Alex. Well, yeah, Jimmy, that's what I was saying. It's like you've got to put a hole into your body panel. Which, if you don't tear, then so be it. But I mean, given the style of car that was, I would think that you wouldn't want to have that ugly ass hole in your panel.
Decided to become 1 bucket, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or is there?
Then just jam it in the crack where it's stuck.
Wow.
What? No
Oh.
way.
Compressed air, man.
Yeah, I got these buckets. They've been stuck together for like 2 years.
2 years.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, the power of air.
Now
Yeah.
we got 2 buckets to use.
I've had some buckets stuck. I'm not gonna lie, I've never tried this method. I've done the old classic, you grab one, I grab the other, and let's pull them apart.
Yeah.
Does this happen at your shop?
Yeah. My dad's like, oh, you don't got balls to rip it off. I'm like,
You do it.
you do it.
I got 2 old orange buckets under my stairs right now, stuck together.
Nice.
Probably gonna go back to the shop.
This is not so much like a pack. This is just physics. It's, the buckets are stuck together there because of a vacuum. That is what's keeping those buckets stuck together. When you get one bucket go inside the other, it's displacing the air and creating a vacuum. And so by introducing air with compressed air or an air compressor, you're introducing air and thus vacuum breaks. So this is just basic physics.
Stop and shoot them with some air.
Report back.
I don't gotta go to Home Depot no more. I'm gonna go do
Yeah,
that.
just. Is this a good hack, or would you say this is whack?
Amazing hack.
It's a good hack.
Legit hack.
Legit hack.
Next hack.
We got a rope.
Is he trying to just start the car?
Wait. Okay.
What?
I think this is another method of push start. We would call this pull
Yeah.
start. This has to be a stick shift car.
Right,
For
why is
one.
that?
Because if it's automatic,
Because that's the
you
only
won't
one
be
you
able
can push
to
start.
by pulling the wheels.
Right.
We got a rope wrapped around the wheel. I guess kind of like pulling a lawnmower.
I feel like I'm doing a lawnmower right there. That's
Yeah. This is yes. That's exactly.
Right.
He's moving the crank.
When you push start a car, you need to have a decent amount of velocity before you pop the clutch. It's true. Because if not, it's not gonna start.
Let's just say you're stuck, right? And the car turns off, your battery's kind of dead. It won't crank over. So you're in the gas station, perfect. And there's a little slope right there. Put in first gear, let it roll down, boom. it'll turn right on.
Yeah, pop the clutch.
Pop the clutch, and you're ready to roll.
Everything engages,
turn
starts
on.
to spin.
So it doesn't
compression
take
hits,
much
starts
to
up.
I
engage
just
that.
think this looks way easier than what it really probably is.
Do you think it's even possible for a human to be strong enough to yank it with a rope?
If you're The Rock, maybe.
What do you think the odds are of somebody just actually being in the car and starting it up while he
I'd
does
say
this?
the odds are probably more than not.
So this is plausible, but
It is.
not definitely
I'd like to see
a
this
hack.
in person.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Would you call this a hack or bull internet whack?
Oh, whack. Whack all the way. Whack.
Yeah, like I've driven stick shift before. I've never had to, push start a stick shift car that I've had. I've always had gas in it. I've always had proper battery in it. So thankfully I've never had to push start any stick shift car that I've driven before. So I couldn't even begin to tell you the mechanisms when it comes to that.
If we're grading the hack, this is
Yeah.
whack.
Bad advice is often spread by disguising it around a bunch of good advice. So just because someone on the internet gives you a bunch of good hacks, doesn't mean that the next thing they show you won't be internet garbage. So let's take a look at the next hack.
All right, we got a flat tire here.
And he's gonna...
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Is this the same car from 5 Minute Crafts? He's using an air hose as a transfer to the
What?
other tire.
What?
So now you have 2 almost flat tires.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Well, the thing is, something made the tire go flat in the first place. So how far is that gonna get you? I love how they labeled it fixed.
You know what?
Okay. Here's my question. Is anybody else noticing that when he did this, look at how much air went into the front tire to get it up to there? We saw next to no deflation of the rear tire. This, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it bullshit. I don't even, I think this is 100% bullshit. I think what happened, hang on, I want to see this, let me see this.
Look, the next
Hang
hack.
on, I have a theory.
All right, we got a flat tire here.
And he's gonna... Oh.
Is this the same car from 5 Minute Crafts? He's using an air hose as a transfer to the other tire.
What do you wanna, okay. I question whether or not they shot this, yeah, Kevin, that's where I'm going. That they shot this in reverse. That's my thought, is they shot this in reverse, and this is how it was shot. It was, yeah. It was 100% shot in reverse, and then played back to make it look like forward. So it's 100% fucking fake.
Oh.
Is this the same car from 5 Minute Crafts? He's using an air hose as a...
Because, notice something. Watch how notice he screwed in the front tire. He screwed this one in. Watch his placement on the rear.
He's gonna... Oh.
Is this the same
Thunk.
car from 5 Minute
Just
Crafts?
plunks it right in
He's using
there.
an air hose as a transfer to the other tire.
Yeah,
So
this
now
was
you
shot
have
in
2
reverse.
almost flat tires.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Well, the thing is, something made the tire go flat in the first place. So how?
That, yeah. That is, they shot this in reverse. They filmed it in reverse and they played it back. Or they filmed this and then they played it back in reverse, and that's what they posted. It's 100% bullshit. This don't work.
How far is that gonna get you? I love how they labeled it fixed.
You know what? I've actually taken tires to inflate another tires.
If you got a leaky tire, you got a nail in it or something, and you throw more air in it, it's just gonna leak right out again, isn't it?
Yeah, and it depends on the size of the puncture. Well, the thing is, something made the tire go flat in the first place.
No, it didn't vanish near the rear wheel well. It was still there.
So how far is that gonna get you? I love how they labeled it fixed.
You know what? I've actually taken tires to inflate another tires.
If you got a leaky tire, you know, you got a nail in it or something, and you throw more air in it, it's just gonna leak right out again, isn't it?
Yeah, and it depends on the size of the puncture first. If whatever punctured the tire is still in it, it's gonna be a very slow leak.
Right.
Well, let's not forget also that tubing was skinny as hell. The tubing that they were using on that was just incredibly skinny. There's no way you would affect a good airflow transfer, even if it was real. You would not affect good airflow transfer to pump up that tire as fast as that video was portraying it to be.
At that point, so you might be able to put air in it
Even with
and get
time lapse, it
somewhere,
would
but
take longer.
If whatever punctured the tire went in and out, that air is gonna come right out in 30 seconds.
And maybe it's a real slow leak. Maybe you just got a leaky valve stem.
Yeah.
So this could buy you a little bit more time. But
Sometimes nails will clog a hole. They'll leak a little bit, not a lot. So that's possible. You know, if he would have blown into that, I would have given him props.
Oh, best thing you could do is have a spare, and if you don't have a spare, have a tire repair kit. They're sold at everywhere. They're sold everywhere.
A spare?
Yeah, like or just get yourself one of the an inflator that you plug into your car's accessory port. You can pick up an inflator from like Walmart for like $20, $20-$30. You can get yourself a decent inflator. I always have one of those in my car. Every single one, like for probably the last 10 years, I have had an inflator in my car. Like, you know, just a cheap one from Walmart, and you just keep it in the trunk of your car. And if you ever need air, you've got the inflator right there. A lot of new cars actually come with them. They like most new cars actually are starting to come with tire repair kits and electric inflator devices instead of a spare tire. I'm pretty sure my car did that. So they're very cheap these days. You can easily pick one up pretty much anywhere. Just throw one of those in your car, and you'll be fine.
Is not gonna cost you nothing. You put it back on and you go fix your tire, and that's it.
So would you
Can't
call
it fix
this
the flat
hack,
tire, right?
or
Yeah.
is it whack?
I'll call it a hack.
I'm
you
going
think?
with whack on
Nuts.
this.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
A hack is only as good as its utility. So let's see this next clip.
More zip ties.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, Jenny, he may not have a college degree, but he knows a fuck ton about cars. The guy's been a mechanic for many years. Okay? There are many people, millions of people, who are very good at various blue-collar type jobs, like car repair, like electrical work, etc., that don't have like a college degree. You don't need to have a college degree to be someone, you don't need a college degree to elicit respect in your profession. He's done this for many years. He definitely knows what he's doing. Okay, he's got like, 2 or 3 garages of himself. He's got 2 or 3 garages, that he owns. Okay? He's obviously successful.
There's a zip tie on there. What the hell?
What?
I think this is a hack to keep the oil from
Hitting
getting on your hand. Yeah.
Just
That's
get your
it.
fingers dirty.
Get your fingers dirty, bro. Come on now.
We saw something like this in another hack video, didn't we? Where it was they had something tied around the oil nut and then it kind of just like came free and was dangling. Yeah, I don't remember. Was it a string? Is that what it was? Or was it a wire? Yeah, we saw something, and like these guys are saying, it's probably just to avoid getting a mess on your fingers. Mechanics obviously just let the oil get on your fingers. Who fucking cares? Wear a pair of latex gloves. Who cares if the oil gets in the fingers? This is like for, and shut up, Pride Cats. This is for, maybe the middle class, people that for whatever reason they don't want to get dirty and This is definitely like a middle class type hack.
Oh, come on now.
If you got quick hands, you don't need to do this. Yep.
What's the advantage of doing this instead of just keep using the wrench and get your hands dirty?
You don't up your pedicure.
You know what? If I get a drop oil on my hand,
Yep.
Oh, well.
so be it.
If you don't like oil on your hand, you shouldn't be doing oil changes.
You're in the wrong business.
Wear gloves.
Waste of time.
So would you call this a hack, or would you say it's whack?
Oh, whack.
I would give it a whack.
Whether you're a mechanic or working in your home garage, you're working with lots of liquids and chemicals that will ruin your day if you accidentally spill them. So let's take a look at a hack that appears to eliminate the fear of spillage.
All right, let's see here. What we got?
Well, we've got a little bit of hose. He's got a little hole to stick his compressed air in, so he's gonna...
Interesting.
Yeah, he's ciphering, he's taking fluid out.
Yeah.
And that's how you take gas from your neighbor.
I mean, you can start a siphon without air, without sucking. You just got to fill the hose up and then drop it below.
And the key is gravity. It has to be, the fill point has to be lower than the bucket you're transferring.
So if you fill that hose and then drop the mouth of the hose below the point of the liquid, the siphon will automatically start.
And it'll go all the way to the last drop.
Yeah.
If you're gonna siphon against gravity, that's a good hack.
Yeah.
To use the compressed air, little hole in the hose, get your liquid flowing.
That's a really good a method to use.
It's not bad.
Anything that's oil, water, the shop has like a little dip. Yeah, just put it right there.
I mean, it's not even like with the PSI. It's, you know, just at gravity by doing just, granted, you know, it's pretty disgusting doing a typical siphoning, which is where you have to, with your mouth, suck the air out of the hose until you get the liquid. That's why you see in all the old movies where someone is doing like siphoning gas. The deal, they shove the tubing down into a power gas tank, and they're siphoning, and you see them go and spit out. I mean, that's the siphoning because they have to get the water flow, they have to get the liquid flowing before the siphon will actually work. And yeah, Rebin, where is it? Oh fuck, I don't even have it. Yes, I do.
That's what she said.
There you go.
Let it soak out outside.
Hi, Cortanis.
Haven't you heard of the Venturi effect?
What?
Well, there it is.
What do you think? Legitimate hack?
I'd give it a legitimate hack.
Yeah.
Hack.
Definitely hack. I mean, it's science. A typical mechanic needs tens of thousands of dollars worth of tools to do basic maintenance on all types of vehicles. If you don't have the right tool, what do you do?
Oh, Mechanic Steve, I know this guy.
The head is off the block, and they're pulling pistons out. But he's using another part of the engine?
Big ring
Interesting.
gear, like a flywheel or a
exactly.
flex plate or something.
That's nice. The way he's doing it. Nice.
It's almost like snap ring pliers.
That's interesting.
What would the right tool
I mean, it
be in
works.
this situation?
I don't know.
It certainly
I really
works.
don't know. That one?
The correct way would be drop your oil pan, move the crank out of the way, pull your rods down with the pistons. Seems like he's doing it on the street, so he improvised.
All right, so what do you think? Legitimate hack or super whack?
Yeah, that's pretty
that's
cool.
a legitimate hack.
Yeah, I agree.
Hack.
All right, cool. It's a hack.
Now, sometimes you have too many tools, but not the right
And
tool.
by the way, they really didn't mention it, but the genius of this, hang on, the genius of this hack is instead of using another part, he's using the gears to lock in together so it doesn't slip. Maybe I missed them talk about that, but that's why he's using these specific parts, because you have the gear cog teeth and they're locking in with one another. So when he cinches the bottom parts into the piston and lifts, because the gear teeth are locked in, they're not moving. They're not going to slip. They're not going to. They're, you know, you're very low risk of losing this grip because the teeth are locked in. That's part of what makes this a good move. How'd they get them off the crankcase?
Yeah.
Here, watch.
Rods down with the pistons. Seems like he's doing it on the street, so he improvised.
Just yoinked it.
All right, so what do you think? Legitimate hack or super whack?
Yeah.
No, that's a legitimate hack.
Yeah, I agree.
Hack.
All right, cool. It's a hack.
Now, sometimes you have too many tools, but not the right tool for the job.
One is going to be
Oh yeah, this is good old classic wrench on wrench crime.
Yep, a little wrench on wrench
Ugh.
action. Oh,
I'm
the
famous
triple
for
wrench.
this.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
this
yeah.
a lot.
I
Show
do
a lot
this
of
a
people
lot.
this.
Oh,
I've seen this many times.
Oh.
at least it broke free.
I mean, this is a classic hack. I'd wager every single one of us in this stream has seen this quote unquote hack. And the whole time you're doing anything like this, you are praying that the wrenches you are choosing are of good quality. It's like this guy was praying, like, okay, please let this be a snap-on tool.
It broke free or it snapped?
Yes, it broke free.
Look like he's breaking a bolt that's stuck.
Uh-huh.
And
And so
he's-
why does he have all those wrenches stacked
He's giving
up?
himself more leverage. He probably
right.
doesn't own a braking bar. That's
I
probably
guess
why
not.
he has all those
Or
wrenches.
maybe it looked like it might be kind of a
I didn't
short
notice the
area.
clearance.
Yeah. So he's like kind of in
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah, I
might
see
be tough
that.
to get a socket
Yeah.
with like a 1/2-inch breaker bar in there. So this might be the only thing that he's got nearby that'll fit in there.
When you need
Yeah.
extra torque,
Yeah.
you don't have a breaker bar.
Well, yeah,
You got
Cortana, that's what they're talking about, like using a breaker bar. But they were saying that this is because of the space. It's they had to work around it because they're in a very tight confined space. So a breaker bar might might not have
Yeah.
fit.
extra torque, you don't have a breaker bar. You got to do this kind of method.
Even so,
Because like even with the galvanized pipe, you're gonna need that reach. Like the galvanized pipe you might not have been able to fit it over the wrench because of the narrow confines here. That may have been, that may have been the problem that they were trying to overcome. Is they were just in a really tight confined space and they just couldn't get a tool like a breaker bar or a pipe over shit or anything like that.
You don't have a breaker bar. You got to do this kind of method.
even sometimes you have like extensions all the way outside. You're over
Yeah.
here like, I got it.
I say 3 is probably the max I'd ever try.
Yeah.
If I ever tried 3.
Yeah, I've really only done 2.
Yeah.
But I could see in a situation like that.
Where I
going
needed
for
one
3.
more wrench.
Yeah, so I think 3's okay.
Yeah, 3's okay.
Would you say this was a hack or would you say this was whack?
It's a hack.
What do you think? Legitimate
The
hack?
wrench
Yeah,
didn't break
legitimate
though,
hack,
Revan. The
Definitely
wrench
legitimate
stayed intact.
See this?
Like, we don't even know if the wrench, like, stayed bent. We don't see the aftermath. That wrench may have snapped right back in the, it may not have stayed bent. It may have straightened right out as soon as they broke the bolt free.
See this next clip. Homemade axle boot. Oh yeah, baby.
It actually works. It actually works.
Well, hey, look how smart. They're spinning it, so he's just holding it there.
That looks like saran wrap. Oh, no. That's packing tape.
Dude, packing tape has many uses.
Why not duct tape?
Yeah, really.
Duct tape is magical.
All right, so for people that don't know, can you explain to them why
Okay.
boots are important?
They're important, like
Yes, please.
dirt won't go in there, so water, moisture, it doesn't make everything corroded inside that. So the boot holds all the grease in there, keeps it nice and lubricated.
The axle boot is really just a covering. It keeps the grease inside the axle to keep the U-joint in there. That's what the easiest way to describe it. It's like a U-joint type lubricated. There's so much flexibility and movement inside of that axle shaft that it always has to stay lubricated.
But it's definitely not a fit.
Flex tape. Missed opportunity here to use flex tape. Come on. Packing tape? No. Duct tape? Fuck that. Flex tape.
Fix.
Yeah, definitely not a fix at all. This is maybe in a certain type of emergency, last minute, last choice, last resort type thing.
So if an axle boot is torn, is that the end of the world?
No, it's not.
So why do people
Scotch
freak out
tape.
as soon as they see a torn axle boot?
Because your rim's getting dirty, the neighbor's floor is dirty, your floor is dirty, everything's greasy.
Yeah, just slinging, just getting on your starter, getting on everything
And then you're
else.
confused, you're like, is my car leaking oil?
I'm thinking it's a personal,
Easy
Jimmy.
as whack.
I do
Yeah,
believe
whack.
I
Pack?
do think it probably is a personal vehicle.
Picture this. You're in a crowded parking lot. You're pressing your fob button to make the sound, but your car's too far away. You might want to try this next hack.
That right there, that's your car.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Go ahead. Unlock your car, please.
Okay, he says nothing's happening. He's far away from his car.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing, right? Touch it to your head and do it.
To my what do you
Oh,
mean?
this
touch
is
it to
an
your head.
old
Wait,
one.
how? Like this.
How
Yeah,
far
yeah.
is this
And
car? Is the
unlock.
one way? Oh yeah, the one way
Go
down
open my
there.
mouth?
Down
let's
my
do it.
mouth.
Go.
That works.
This is old.
It does.
Yeah. This has been done for decades. Yeah, the ones I remember is like put the remote like under your chin, I think is what a lot of people said. I don't know if that works, but basically like putting it like up against your head. Yeah, it's basically turning your head into a fucking antenna. Yeah. And hi, Emperor. Yeah.
You've tried it?
Yeah. That's how they jack your cars now. Like they
Oh.
amplify from your phone.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Yeah, you see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
stole a Tesla. It was fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it works.
I do this. This is one
Yeah.
that I do. Like when
Guilty
I'm,
too.
Yeah,
in a
it's
party
not gonna
garage or
hurt your
whatever, I'm
brain.
leaving my car. I'm like,
Tap the remote.
It's not like it's radio waves, it's not microwaves. So you're getting radio waves getting blasted into your skull every fucking day you use your cell phone. It's basically the same thing as if putting your remote up to your head and engaging the locking mechanism is the same thing as talking on your cell phone for a minute. You see, you're getting the same level of broadcast waves that your cell phone. Your cell phone's actually worse probably. Because the key fob is just a straight radio wave. It's just a straight RF. Whereas the cell phone is like, I think, microwaves. So yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
yeah.
Put it, sometimes even
This
tap the
has been
remote
done
on
for
your
a
head.
And
long
I've had it, I
time.
think, work.
This has
and
been
given
known
me
for a
more
very,
range, where,
very
like,
long
it's
time.
not going, and then I'm like, boop, boop.
You think you're Magneto, you're like, this is fucking.
I think, I don't know, maybe the shape of your head like focuses.
I don't know
the
what it
signal.
is.
I don't know either, but I love this hack.
Yeah, this is a good hack.
Yeah, definitely a hack.
All right, well, I guess it's a hack.
Yeah.
We have one more clip to show you that could be genius, but it's also from 5 Minute Crafts.
I have zero,
Oh, God.
absolutely zero expectations on this one.
Before we look at it, remind the people who you are and where they can find you.
I'm Junior from Ben's Tires and Brakes. You can find me on Instagram at BJ_EJ6, and my shop's at Ben's Tires.
Miranda Shop on Instagram.
This clip is called When You Absolutely Need New Tread on Short Notice.
Oh God.
So it looks like he's making a hot pin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh
I
fuck.
want to say it looks like a soldering pin with a piece
Yeah.
of metal strapped to it to make it
Basically
a
the
hot
same
knife.
thing, yeah.
He's down to a slick,
Yeah.
and he's cutting new thread right into it.
Jesus.
This is called tire regrooving.
What the fuck? How deep are you gouging these fucking tires? Holy shit! Yeah, don't do this. Never, ever, 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 ever do this. He's gone, yeah, like, what, like, the other guy was saying, he's down to the tire slick. You do not gouge the fuck out of your tires like this. This is insanity right now.
Yeah.
Fucking
He's
hell.
cutting new thread right into it. This is called tire regrooving, and it's really common on truck tires, 18-wheel tires. You know, they have multiple layers of, they will call it plies. That's what they call it, 12-ply, 14-ply tires.
Yeah.
They got
Notice the level of rubber they're taking off here. Okay? Notice the thickness of the rubber that they're taking off here during proper retreading. Look at how much goddamn rubber they're ripping off on this one. Comparatively. Look at how much they're tearing out of that tire. Holy
12-ply,
fuck.
14-ply tires. So they got multiple layers when they're made, and when they wear out to flat, some guys don't like regrooving. They get rid of the tire all in all, but some states allow regroove tires on the road, and a lot of truckers regroove their tires. But for passenger tires like this, definitely
No.
not something you want to do.
At a certain depth,
Oh, it probably
the
is,
wires will
Jack.
start showing. So if you go too deep and you get the wires, then that's it. That tire's trash. So
Okay.
it works, but it really, you got to know what you're doing.
I don't know how real this is because he cut pretty deep and there's a lot of rubber left.
Uh-huh.
This tire looks kind of suspect.
Yeah,
It looks like they
filled
fucked
it in.
up. Yeah.
How'd they get the thread pattern
Yeah.
so nice and symmetrical?
I don't know about using
There.
it on the road, but in off-roading,
It works.
regroovers are really good.
That's a
Because you get that tread back, and you're already off-road, so you don't have to worry about it popping or going too far, whatever.
And you can do your own fucking design.
Exactly.
All right, so what do you think? Is this a
This-
hack or is this whack?
This is whack.
Hack,
Hack.
all the way.
Really?
There's a lot of
He's
internet
calling it
garbage
a
out
hack.
there,
Oh,
but
for
also some real
off-roading.
genius stuff. And we want to hear from you. If you know any legit hacks or if you found some suspicious videos for real mechanics to take a look at, let us know in the comment below.
And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our response to your recommendation. Bye for now. Y'all have a good one.
Bye!
Peace.
Oh, goodness. That was certainly something. Well, only one of them, rather. It was his, whoop. I accidentally unliked that. It was only his, first shop. He has like two of them. And it was only his first shop that got shut down because the landlord pulled some bullshit. And that's that his original shop did get shut down, unfortunately, because the landlord pulled bullshit.